If SharePoint oversharing is keeping you up at night, or it's the thing stopping you from deploying Copilot in your organization, Microsoft just shipped a brand new way to push back, and it now allows you to set an expiry on the My Organization links in both SharePoint and OneDrive, and it's only 2 parameters away. In this video, I'll walk you through how to configure this setting at both the tenant level as well as the site level, because one size doesn't always fit all. But why do we even need this feature? If we're honest, most of the oversharing conversation in the last couple of years has been around the everyone except external users group. And yes, that's been the loudest noise because too many people added that group to the site permissions or the document permissions, which caused a lot of internal oversharing. But it's now been a couple of years that as admins, we've been able to actually hide it from the people picker, and most companies have done so. But there's other ways in which internal oversharing piles up. Now, if we take a step back, in SharePoint we have 3 types of sharing links if we want to share a file. The first one is the specific people link, and this is the best because it only works for the named recipients. We then have the people in your organization link, and this one works for everyone that's a member in your tenant that has access to the link. So this one kind of leaves the door open to internal oversharing. And finally, the most permissive of them all is the anyone with the link sharing link. And this one allows you to share with everyone, both internal and outside the organization. So this is, of course, the one that scares the most admins because external sharing, and for good reason. But when it comes to the external sharing and anonymous, Microsoft has been providing us tools to help with this for the last 5 or maybe even longer, 10 years. We had the ability to do things like set the expiration for anyone links, and that's been okay for a lot of the time. But with the rise of Copilot implementations, internal oversharing became a very big topic and a very big risk. So that's why I'm happy to say that we can now set expiration policies for people in your organization links. So we also stop internal oversharing and we don't have it as an open perpetual risk anymore. This allows us again to make sure that every new people in my organization link will expire after the period you set, so that will reduce our oversharing risk. Not eliminate it, of course, but help us reduce it. The way that Microsoft built it, you actually get 2 settings to work with, not just one. The first is the recommended default, and that's the value that users see pre-filled when they create a people in your organization link. They can pick less, they can also pick more, all the way up to the maximum that you set. Now the maximum, this is the hard ceiling. This is the one that users cannot go above inside your tenant. And for both of those, you can set the value between 7 and 720 days. So 1 week to basically 2 years. And it's really cool, and something that I love is that you can set different values for both SharePoint and OneDrive. So you really have the flexibility on whether they're the same or different. Here's the PowerShell commandlet, which we'll also look at in the demo in a minute here. For the tenant level, so it's Set-SPOTenant. And for SharePoint, you have the core organization sharing link recommended expiration in days, and the core organization sharing link max expiration in days. Whew, yes, not the shortest parameters, but the first one, as you can see here, is the recommended, while the second one is the max. And for OneDrive, very similar. They're just called OneDrive organization sharing link recommended expiration in days, and then the OneDrive organization sharing link max expiration in days. So that's the commandlet Set-SPOTenant. Those are the 4 parameters you can play with at the tenant level. And similar to the anonymous sharing links, you can override it for some sites to make them either more strict in that expiration or more permissive. It's up to you. Maybe for an intranet site or a marketing site, you want it more permissive, but for a more sensitive site, you want to set it at 7 days only. So if you want to override it at the site level, we will use the Set-SPOSite PowerShell commandlet, and the first thing you have to do is override tenant settings using the override tenant organization sharing link expiration policy parameter and set it to true. Again, they are super long. After that, you can use the organization sharing link recommended expiration in days and organization sharing link max expiration in days parameters to set up the recommended and the maximum for that site. Again, they have to be between 7 and 720, but they can be more strict or more permissive than the tenant level 1. Okay, we have done enough slides. Let's go to the lab and check it out in action here. Let me open up PowerShell here, and what I did is I already connected through PowerShell to my tenant. So what I'm going to run now is the Set-SPOTenant. As you'll see, for SharePoint, I'm setting it to 14 and 90, and for OneDrive, I'm setting it to 7 and 30. So let me run this here really quick. You can always validate it here. So let's go check it out. Let me run a get SPOTenant. You see I have the values in here. And now if I go to this specific site here, let me refresh. I'll share this file. Let me go into the settings. I'll do people in Vlad Talk Stack, which is my organization name. And then for the expiration, you see right now as I'm recording this, we're on the 17th, and the default, the recommended is 2 weeks later. So it's telling me the 31st because that is 14 days. And if I go look how far I can look, let me just go back to it. July, August, you see it stops 90 days later, which is, I think, is what we set up. So August 15th, I cannot set it to expire for longer than that. So it took effect. Now, what I can also do is I can do it at the site level. So I already pre-wrote this in here, so you don't watch me just writing PowerShell, but I'm running a Set-SPOSite, giving it the identity of the site, and then I'm setting the override tenant organization sharing link expiration policy true, and then I'm setting the max to 360, and let's do the recommended to 30 here, so we have a bit of a difference. We will let it run here. It will take just a few seconds. And there we go, it's done. Now if I go to my conference resources site, let me do a refresh for good luck for the demagogues. And now if I try to share people in Vlad Talk Stack, you see my default expiry is 30 days later. So we went from 17th of May today to 16th of June. So it took that recommended 30 days. And my maximum now was I think I set it to 360, which is almost a year. And as you can see, the max I can do it for is May 12th, 2027. So this is how you can actually, from now on, all the brand new links that get created, this will not apply to existing links, but all the brand new links that get created will automatically expire according to your policies. And as an admin, you'll have less things to worry about. Okay, now that we have covered everything, my question for you is, will you configure this for your tenant? For me, it's actually kind of a no-brainer since oversharing became such a big problem with Copilot, and almost every SharePoint admin nowadays is fighting oversharing, but we have been fighting this from a reactive point of view using SharePoint Advanced Management and PowerShell reports. But now we can solve future problems automatically while we still work on fixing the oversharing damage that was done in the past. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I think everybody should enable this in their tenant. Worst case, put it more strict at the tenant level and then more permissive after for specific sites if users complain or you have a business reason for it. But I would definitely configure this in my tenant. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe to the channel for more SharePoint admin content. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And on the screen right now, you'll see another video about SharePoint admin news, which I hope you will love.